Hello, Digi-destined and Tamers, and welcome back to Digimobs, Return to the Digital World. As you can see, I enchanted a few things. Got a new backpack. The backpack on my back is now purple. And I have the Atlas back in my inventory. There is a reason. I have figured out how to get it working again. So we now have all of this space that has been updated with maps. Yeah. Also, we have a few things we can make. We got up enough stuff to make a few different items. So the first thing we're going to make, and we are still gearing up today, but the first thing we're making is a transmutation tablet, and we're putting it in there as a learn. That way we can transmute on the go. Now the next thing is all of this stuff. We have the ability to make the red versions of these items. So why not make the red versions? And make the next version of the chest. I was not sure which way it was. So we now have an Energy Condenser Mark II, an Antimatter Relay Mark III, and an Energy Collector Mark III. So before we continue gearing ourselves up, which we will be working on our sword today for the most part, we do have Prot 4 though for our armor in case we want to work on it. What we're going to do before we do that is set up one of these to have our 3 new things. So I'm thinking we do this one on this side since it was the one we started with. We are going to need our Silk Touch pickaxe, and we're going to start from the back here. Now, we might want to, hold on, let's go ahead and get that in, that placed in, and we'll place back our glowstone. Let's let this finish, and then we'll replace it with the new Energy Condenser Mark II. And yeah, we have one making dark matter, one making red matter. Once this thing is made up the red matter, which only takes it up to 466,000 to do that, we are going to make more of these as we go, but I wanted to make sure that we started with the Mark IIIs before we made the rest of this power flower out on both sides. That's the only reason we're running 2 of these now simultaneous. So, let's wait for that. We're going to go ahead and drop the Energy Collector. And yes, I dropped the Energy Collector and the Antimatter Relay in there. How much does this take? 400, almost 467,000. Well, each of those Antimatter Relay Mark IIIs takes 600 something thousand, so. We're going to update this side first. We now have 3 Energy Collector Mark IIIs going. Now, it is going to be... It'll help in the long run. So now, we go up here. And we can get to work on our armor situation. And our sword. Now, of course, we don't have many diamonds left. If at all. We might not have any diamonds at all. Yeah, I don't think we have any extra diamonds. They might have all been dropped into here. So we could make a new set of armor the old-fashioned way, or we work up this. We still have to work this up to get a few enchantments we're missing. Soul Siphoner. I'm not sure what it goes on. Let's see. Channeling and Flame. Flame's a bow enchantment. Fire Aspect. That would be for a sword. So what we need right now is to max out some of our enchantments. Fire Aspect can max out at 2. Looting would be nice. Maxing that out at 3. And most likely Sweeping Edge. As we've already got a maxed out sharp... we're almost maxed out on sharpness. So we really don't need it. So what we mainly need is another villager right here. And this is why I also said we don't have to really worry about the armor so much. Ah, perfect. Alright. We don't have a lectern, but we can always get one. And let's go ahead and grab a book. At the same time we're doing this, we're also going to be trading a bunch. And I will show off, the guy I got prop 4 from would be this guy right here. Yes, he has been sent through the villager zombification process one time. Fire Aspect 2, first shot. Oh, if I didn't want looting more. Not kidding on that, by the way. If I didn't want looting 3 more. Power 3, okay. Fortune 3. Bane. Aqua Affinity. Riptide. Impaling. Curse. Flame. Quick Charge. Prop 4. Mystical Enlightenment, which I think has to go on a hoe. But I'm not certain. Feather Falling 4, that'd be good for the boots, but not right now. Smite, Loyalty, Power, Mending, Prot 3, Infinity, Punch. Oh, Knockback. That's the other thing we need for the sword. Is a max level Knockback enchantment. Though looting would be the first thing I think of. While Fire Aspect and Knockback are nice, looting should be priority right now. as we'll need this sword afterwards as well. Now begins the ever-present pain in the rear of recycling. At least this recycling is easier than what the digital world had before they changed this. Hmm. Looting 2. I could just make a Looting 3 book. I think I'll do that. I'll just make a Looting 3 book from that. So of course we're going to need another book. And yeah, anywhere in the world I am, as long as I have this transmutation tablet, I can now put all my transmutation stuff in. So like one of the things I've thought about is, since we spend so much time over here getting enchantments, let's make an anvil. Soul Siphoner feels like something that should be on another destruction. Chill Aura. Fire React. Well, Fire Aspect and Sweeping Edge, as well as Knockback, would be nice. Soul Siphoner, Mystical Destruction, and all that are up here too. Hmm. I think I've got what I need for the sword. These 4 books. 12 that way, 11 that way. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. We just need a few more levels. And we can make up our diamond sword. Which means we won't be needing these much more. The bow, we've got a power 3 bow, so the main thing we need to get is some arrows. Hmm. And of course, like I said, we can go for the armor here, but I'm thinking what needs to be done is we need to upgrade this again. Because now we're not producing enough in my mind. But then again, that also might be me thinking crazy thoughts. And yeah, we could have checked these guys for swords that had stuff on them, but we can also just go ahead and grab our diamond boots. And now that most of the backpack is cleared out of enchantment books, we can move all of these over. so we can put the enchantments at level with what they're going to be taking for. These 4 spots will be... These 2 will be fine with what they grab. Alright, so how much do we need to put this in? 22. It's going to take a minute to get 22 levels, but I think we could do it. Ah, golden carrots. I was hoping we'd start getting towards them eventually. It's a better food source from what I can see. So, from now on, we'll be eating. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the iron farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we do need to now make to get said villagers, so 43 potatoes. Get to making. I know 32 irons, not a whole lot. I think I could actually make this a bit faster. Okay. Hear me out on this one. First off, gold chest. And then 2 hoppers. It's going to be weird looking. But essentially, we're going to want to move this one over. Yeah, the baby villagers are not going to have a direct line of sight anymore. Oh, because I... Oh, okay. I thought I'd messed it up for a second there. Hmm. Mm-mm. Hmm. I don't want to have to tear up the floor. But I think I have to. Let me get a few stripped cherry logs. There we go. Alright, so now... anytime a new villager is output from this, it goes directly in here, and anytime a new villager is finished, they'll go straight into the chest. Now, I could probably automate it a bit more by actually, having the food thing be right there, but we've now got transmutation wherever we go, so that's one. Besides gearing up, oh wow, guess I should harvest a bunch of these while I'm waiting for them to. And for anyone worrying, I am going to replant. I was just making sure I had all of them pulled up before. There we go. Pretty sure that's the entire field replanted. Now we should also make something to make these seeds work for us. There's got to be something. But that's not part of gearing up. This isn't either, but this is doing something so that, because we're waiting on the iron to produce. I don't know about anybody else, but the sounds of iron producing are kind of annoying. The iron production in this thing is fantastic. It just takes a while. $22 levels. All right. Having a storehouse of extra villagers wouldn't be too terrible. After all, when we pick them up, we can't throw them in the transmutation. If you noticed, I haven't been leveling up the librarian. Yeah. I could. I could completely level that librarian up to get us more enchantments. See if we get some of the other stuff. Now, a lot of people would probably look at this and be like, why aren't you buying the bottles of enchanting? Because I think getting XP from trading is actually just better. I will, however, go ahead and do some quick fixing. This guy is a little too expensive on that. So we're going to make him a little less expensive. We might be doing that for this guy here shortly too. Or our iron buyers. And there's a reason I'm not buying his iron leg, or his diamond legs. I'd have to take the enchantments off of them. Alright, now at this point we'll start working on other people's levels. Well, to a degree. We're mainly just looking at who needs leveled that's not the armor smith, because I mean, the only thing I could do is take everything off of those diamond boots. But yeah, see? One for one, easy villager. Now we could just go to other villages, like we've done previously, and take their villagers. Shoot, I could take... I was trying to take this one. Place that one in there with him. Take this leather worker back down here to be in there with this basic one. But now all of them have the look... They could all have the look of being swamp villagers. Potentially. Oh, I should go ahead and also show how I figured out that the workings of the Atlas. So while we're waiting on some more of that to work, I'll show it off real quick. So the best way is to make sure you're in a new chunk, or a new area that doesn't have mapped out. Then we grab some empty maps. We'll grab about 8 of them, because that's what I poured in last time. Grab the Atlas. Now if you notice, The Atlas mentions it's only got 2 empty maps left. And yet we should have only used 1. It grabs whatever's in a certain vicinity of us. So as we get closer to the edges, it will use up those last 2 empty maps. As you can hear, it just wrote another one. Another 2. And we could go all the way out here to the edge of this, make this a square map, but we're not going to. At least not during the, not right now at least. Because we're still working on gearing up to free the digital world from that dragon again. Because honestly, the digital world changed so much, the dragon has to be back. It did almost like a reset, similar to other Digi-destined have said the digital world did before, so why not think that this is what's happened? The entire time I was building this, I heard stuff under me. But that is where we will call it. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Next time we'll continue working on our gearing up, and I'll probably work towards, I might work towards getting a few more books in the next time. That way I can get this set up, because I want the helmet, I want to have certain enchantments, and the boots I do. We have everything for the chest plate and the leggings, but I would want the sword to have more, but we may have to just remake that later. Anyways, thank you everyone so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Stay digital, y'all.